plugged in the microphone. That helps. Type 1 if you can hear me now. Didn't I type that? Okay. Ah, Cindy says she can hear me. Great. Heard that. Okay, great. Okay, that's the main thing, that you can hear me now. And I'm assuming you can see me as well. You can see my screen? You can see my screen? Even I'm getting lost here. Okay. Type 2 if you can see my screen. Sorry I'm going through this troubleshooting right now. Just I don't do this often enough to know. Okay, I'm golden. Alright, thank you, Cindy. Alright, I'm just going to take off here. So I don't want to spend a lot of time in the beginning just chit-chatting. I just want to get right to the analysis so people can watch this on the replay. So mainly we're looking at XRP today because that's like my biggest investment. I know a lot of people that are XRP investors have probably got, you know, the biggest investment in XRP because, you know, of the explosiveness that we see in XRP, of course. But it's always the last one, maybe not the last one, but it's one of the last coins to really pump in a, you know, in a bull market. So I'm just zooming out here. I'm looking at XRP and the dollar here. You can see the long descending trend here all the way down to the, you know, the C word epidemic right here, what I call the spring here. And this is a Wyckoff accumulation chart. So this is the time to be accumulating down in this box. Technically we're still in the box, but you know, you want to be accumulating as low as possible. It takes a lot of discipline, especially in XRP. Okay, so what I think this off the spring and this big pump right here that took us up to 71 cents. If I take it on the candle chart, yeah, we went up to 71 cents, 77 or 81 actually, yeah, no 79, which is just barely surpassing this wick up here at the beginning of the, not the beginning, with the last phase of the bear market. Anyway, so we've passed that technically by a wick. So to me that means we're obviously in a bull market. There's no more going below 11 cents. That's done. I mean, we've been in a bull market in BTC since for over a year now. So we're well into the bull market now. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit here, look at some more detail. Just XRP is just a lot more difficult than a lot of other assets who seem to just perform beautifully in a Elliott wave fashion. As you can see, there's lots of wicks on XRP, which you know, can be confusing, or it can, you know, distort the signal. A lot of times I like to switch back to a smooth line to get an average and kind of filter out some of the spikes. So, you know, I think what we have here is an A, B, C here. I don't have on the chart, but and this was a one wave here, basically this wave right here. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that right now, but what we're looking at here is a completion of a one wave, and then in Elliott waves, of course, you have waves nested within waves, or subwaves make up a wave, and you know, you can subdivide it on down to the 1 minute chart or more, 30-second chart or even smaller. Anyway, so what I think we're onto is we're on a one wave. I believe we're done correcting here at the 39-cent range here. And we're on our way up to, I got a box drawn here for a wave 3 of this sub-miniature wave here of around 57 to 61 cents. And that's just a short-term target for me, okay? I do trading to increase my XRP, just basically swing trading, not necessarily day trading. I don't trade every day. So I'm just trying to increase my XRP holdings, but I'm only playing with like 10% of my total investment in cryptos. So I mean, I'm not betting the farm on one trade or another. So it's just small change, small trading, just to overall increase my XRP holdings and just my investments in general. But I'm not, you know, placing large bets on things like this because I know it can sometimes go against me. My analysis can be wrong, and in that case, I, you know, may take a small loss. But generally, I'm spot trading, so I'm not using leverage. A lot of times, if it goes against me, if I'm betting all along and it's going and it ends up going down, well, I'll just usually hold it and then, you know, wait for the price to come back up. So anyway, that's what I do. Well, zooming out, I'm looking at the chart on CoinTrader Pro here, which has more data. But I like to look at have a more of a long-term chart on this website. As you can see, since the Corona Spring, it looks we had like a barrel roll, or like a Jesse Livermore's speculative chart. If you go back and if you Google that, you'll see a similar pattern like this, where you have a long, slow 1, 2, 3, 4, and then suddenly it explodes. Okay, so that's a bottoming pattern. That's, you know, you can see that in other assets as well. Okay, so that started our bull market, even though it started slow. So so I think that we're on a 2 of a 2, which means we're on to the third wave of these 2 waves here. Okay, I discount this wick because it doesn't make sense with the waveform here. I think that's a third wave of this smaller, you know, the wave that makes up this one wave here. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So anyway, let's zoom in a little further here. And so I believe this is a one wave, and this is a correction, and this is the bottom of the 2 wave of this, where we're at right now. So if we get the Fibonacci's out and look at this, and look at this first spike here as like a one wave, well, that takes us up to the third wave here, being ending around here where this 2 is. Okay, and that also corresponds with taking a Fibonacci measurement of this one wave on a higher level. So typically you'll see at least a 1.68 Fibonacci on a third wave peak here. So that comes out about the 2. That's a pretty good target right there. But because it's a minimum target, you know, it can often go to the next level. So I got my box right here. This is for the next day, 2 or 3. Oftentimes my timing is not right. It takes longer, and sometimes even shorter than I expect. But I kind of look like for symmetrical waves, and that's just the one thing that makes XRP difficult, because sometimes it could just take forever to complete a wave, and other times it goes through it like in seconds, minutes. So that's what makes it hard to predict. So anyway, this is my intermediate day swing trade target right here, 61 to 57 cents. Okay, and from there, you know, I usually don't try to go too much further in the future, other than generally I think we're going up. We're going to go up to the dollar range and even higher. Ultimately, with this projection of this one wave here, you know, I can project about a $1.67 or so here for the wave 5 on this target here. But with XRP, you never know. It could explode and do all this in, you know, days, not months or weeks. Also, with the hearing on the SEC lawsuit that I heard from Jeremy Hogan yesterday, his YouTube channel, Legal Briefs, talking about how the SEC basically said that it's not illegal for retail investors to buy XRP, which means that exchanges like Coinbase didn't need to delist XRP, and the thought is that they may relist it anytime now. So if Coinbase or some big exchange like that relist XRP, or even if they all do, at this point, on being on a third wave of third wave, I mean, that means price could suddenly explode. I mean, just on that news, basically. So, and then the follow-up of people actually buying XRP off those exchanges. So, could be time to, you know, take some small profits. That's what I do. But if you're in it for the long term and you don't want to play the, you know, the trading in and out game, then, you know, just hold it. You know, everybody has different strategies. I just want you to make your own decisions. So don't trade off my decisions, because, you know, things can turn suddenly, and you know, especially don't leverage change it or trade unless you know what you're doing. Okay, what else? We were going to look at. What else are we going to look at? VET and Tron. Okay, let's go look at VET real quick. Where is it at? VET. Now, VET's on a tear right now. Which I think we're close to the end. And so far we've seen 8,000% gain. If you're not in VET right now, I wouldn't jump in now, for sure. The time to buy it was way back here. Even I didn't buy until we're after the first leg up. So, you know, I wish I'd have bought it way back then. So, but woulda, coulda, shoulda, can't go back and change the past. But look at this steady climb. You know, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. But I think it's reaching a near term end, because we're seeing some bearish divergence here on the RSI. Also, the MACD leader is starting to turn down. So I mean, it has been doing this for a while. It continued. We had a little bearish divergence here, and it's continued to go up. But this could be the last leg, and it could be the third wave of this wave on the miniature level here. And that's the white wave here I'm talking about, the third wave here. So, which I think still going to go up for another wave on up here. Typically, when you measure the bottom of a one wave to the top of the third wave, from the bottom, I'm just guessing where the bottom of the fourth wave is going to be right now. That's not known. But also 6.618 is usually the symmetrically where you put the third wave. If this, I mean the fifth wave, if the third wave is not extended, you know, which the third wave is extended, so I expect the fifth wave to be extended even more, and so I'm looking at 13.5 to 15.5 on the 5th wave here. But sometimes those blow off tops, even if it's just a temporary blow off top, can go even higher, 1618, 144, up in this range. So we could go up and, near 20 cents, possibly. Okay, that's something we just have to keep an eye on. I sold a little bit right here. I intend to buy, rebuy it back up down in here. This is how I increase my holdings. Okay, let's look at Tron real quick. Just because it's did really well, it's been pumping lately. Yesterday, particularly. And sometimes I get lucky and buy at the or sell at the very top. But that's very difficult to do. There's a little bit of, or a lot of luck involved, really. With with Elliott wave analysis, you can only get near tops and things like that, and just have an edge in certain circumstances. And that's why I also incorporate Wyckoff accumulation. It's a different style of trading, but I kind of use those two together just to for my own advantages, for my own trading advantages. Anyway, so looking at Tron though, I mean, it's looking very bullish. Ideally you'd want to buy down here in this box, the Wyckoff accumulation range. Long time to be accumulating it. I didn't buy it at the very bottom myself, so I'm late to the party, but not too late. Still, there's a lot of party left. I wouldn't buy now, of course. We're on a big green candle, or yesterday was a big green candle. There's going to be a correction. Don't know where it's going to go. Usually, at least, it's going to be at the 3.82 about here. Could go as low as 50%. It's a good chance it could be 50%, but in a bull market, you may not see the 618 or the 0.5. A lot of times you can see the 382. You can probably guarantee that it's going to hit the 382, but there's not always a guarantee in trading, just probabilities. So anyway, that's where we're at on that. Okay, I didn't want to make this too long, so I didn't want it to be too boring for you guys. That's just a quick update on XRP, mainly VET and Tron. I appreciate you sticking with me and watching this video. If you're late joining the stream, you can go back and replay the video once this stream ends. I appreciate if you give me a like, and if you want to, subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And let me just real quickly just see what you guys are saying. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Great. Okay. Any coins you think are still worth buying right now? XRP, obviously, because it really hasn't went off on a tear yet. Obviously, that's my biggest investment. But you need to be making that, your decision if you decide to do that. XRP is one of the last coins to pump, and when it pumps the hardest. Okay, maybe not the hardest this cycle, because it's been around a little longer than a lot of the newer coins. I'm not on top of the technology of the new coins coming out. Some of the ones I look at have been around at least one bull market. So it's too late to get into something like Tron or VET. Well, I wouldn't say it's too late, but I wouldn't get in now at the moment because there's some corrections that need to be made. So it's all up to you and your trading style and when you want to expect to see gains. So that's up to you. I'm starting now to look into newer coins and how to invest based on news and things like that. That's kind of new to me. I'm just more of a technical analysis guy who just looks at a chart and tries to figure out where it's going next. you know, whether it's within the next few hours, the next days, weeks, or months, or years even. But anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out, and hope you have a great day and happy investing. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.